Welcome back to Story Mode. 2012 would have to be the hardest I've ever worked. I'm getting up at 4 in the morning and going to bed 11 p.m. every day to build the ultimate video games room in my house and put on a second story, all for video games. Welcome back to 2012, where I wasn't playing video games that much due to all the renovations. But there was one game I always found time for, 007 Legends.
Interfered with my plans for the last time, Mr. Bond.
Now this is really the start of the renovations, and I want you to keep in mind that this renovation was built completely by myself and a few friends.
As you can see, the house is a bit of, well, it's destruction. And we're currently pulling down all this part of the house because the doors have to get changed and some of the framing has to be rebuilt for upstairs. Anyway, let's have a look at what else has happened this week. Okay, so it's a few days later, and as you can see, the roof is completely gone now, and the tub is just gone up in the air because the wind's carrying it. So that's pretty cool. But when it's really windy, it bangs and bangs.
The crazy thing about that tarp is that's what we were sleeping under. So at night, you would have the winds banging that tarp so loud, and then you'd wake up and, I was on low sleep because I wasn't sleeping well, and I was working, pretty much early hours in the morning to late hours at night.
In the wall here, there'll be a staircase. It'll be here, and you'll go up to the video games room. Okay, let's have a look at what else there is.
So the only people who weren't friends on the building site was these guys taking the tiles off the roof. I actually got paid pretty good money for those tiles. They're terracotta tiles, and apparently they're in demand. I don't require those tiles for the next level. I'm going to put on a Colorbond roof, which is a corrugated steel roof. And you can see here now, unfortunately, I am kicking in the cinema roof because we've got to tear down that whole roof, and that was kind of heartbreaking.
Okay, so that wraps up this week of renovations. Next week we'll be doing the subfloor for the second level. This week I've had a lot of nasty spills, including an injury I've had today where I've cut my arm, but anyway, the blood's dried and I didn't hurt too much. That's renovations for you. I'll see you next time.
There were going to be always a few accidents along the way, but we got there at the end. So this is all the flooring getting craned up, and the guy who supplied the flooring to me, I looked after him with pinball machines and arcade machines. I needed to keep the cost down because it was going to be enormous. To build on a whole second story, especially just for video games, I knew it was going to cost a lot of money. So I wanted to keep the price down by trading pinball machines and trading arcade machines, and then obviously a lot of friends would chip in and help me do the renovation. I would definitely go through this all again.
Yeah, we're all here.
Okay,
It's his moment.
a good friend of mine. Okay, we're stopping the building works.
Now this scene here was actually cut out of the original vlog. A good friend of mine, Daytona, managed to get these speakers from the distributor of Yamo. They were a gift from the distributor of Yamo and Moran's. Because I was installing so much equipment in the past, I would always recommend Yamo Moran's, and well, it sure paid off with giving me these speakers.
Space age material. So this is kind of an unboxing. Ooh. Feels a vacuum. Ooh.
Hey, coincidentally, This is a Danish beer. Hey, it's a Danish beer.
Daytona's a great guy, full of life, and he noticed the beer we're drinking is actually from Denmark. It's Danish beer, and so are the speakers. These handmade Yamos. They're called the Yamo 909.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a new vlog. I've been very, very busy. As you can see,
You can already tell the work is catching up with me. I'm extremely tired. This was early in the morning, and the night before I got kit delivered to me. It was a stunt car used in Knight Rider Season 2. I've got the episode numbers, I've got all the documentation from the car. And yeah, that was pretty exciting, and I got it so cheap, like ridiculously cheap. Now the car couldn't go down the driveway because there was a lot of scaffolding, and a good friend of mine, Matt, who knows someone at a scaffolding company, had this organised for me, and we had to put it all around the perimeter. It took them half a day to assemble, which is actually quick. I always felt unsafe getting up there. I felt like, what if the whole scaffolding falls? But I was being silly. It's obviously very, very strong, stronger than a building, and yeah, it was awesome. In this vlog as well, at the end, you see me unwrap 2 Outrun 2 SPs that came in from Japan. Jess managed to find these Outruns, and they were mega cheap. This was 2 of 8. I got 4 in total, 2 normal ones and 2 SPs, and the other 4 I sold. So this here is the wiring for the machines. It's crazy. It's just look at the thickness of this stuff. So that's. Now you may not have noticed, this is the first and only vlog where I didn't say hi everyone at the start. I just started on about the wiring for this arcade room. So I wired the whole room. I framed the whole room, pretty much did everything except put the roof on. Obviously I had friends help me, especially plastering. And yeah, it's looking back, it's crazy. All the insulation there, it's all started to go in there. There's just so much of it. The roof's all battened up, ready for the plaster to be hung. Go in the console room. It's going to be 5 flat screens there, CRTs. Oh, I'm getting excited. Oh! Alright, that's it for now. That's the downstairs, blocked off, waiting for the staircase to be put in. I'll see you on the next vlog. This would have to be the shortest vlog I made, up until this point anyway, and it was just an update because I wasn't releasing vlogs for maybe a month to 6 weeks. The whole building exercise took around 6 months, and that's pretty quick. Again, good friends with my friends there, Patrick, and it's amazing. Now up until this point I also decided not to do any more vlogs. I'm just going to do a final unveiling when the room's finished, and that was some 4 months after this one. And keep in mind, I'm working every single day on this house. Jess, all my friends, Matt, everyone, Alex, everyone was chipping in some way or another. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Last Gamer. It's been a long time between vlogs. The last vlog that only went up here. Now at this point I've got my pinballs there, and the room is really not set out to how I liked it, but we had to get something up on YouTube to show where we were, because I had that many emails and that many comments like, when are you going to show this room? And well, now is the right time. Now, bit of a guest. Welcome back, guest. Jess.
Hi guys.
Jess is actually, she moved away from Game Traders for a while and worked at Lonsdale Clothing, and she got sick of that, and now she's back at Game Traders in High Point. So she'll be on the vlogs and even maybe the episodes more now. So she lives a lot closer to me, so you know, there's always that possibility. Would you like that?
It'd be awesome.
Okay, cool. So I've got the new Star Trek pin. It's the limited edition one, 036 of 799. It's one of the best pins I've ever played. I'll give it time because there's quite a lot of other good ones it's got to hold up to. But yeah, just the LED lighting, and it's RGB LED lighting, so all the globes can change at an instant, and that's really cool. Jess has been giving me a hand to bring up the arcade machines and some of my friends. And
I have to say, bringing up the arcade machines was one of the hardest tasks in the whole building works. We did have a crane there at the end that craned up, as you can see, Virtual Fighter 2, which is a very heavy cabinet, although it doesn't look like it. But some of the bigger ones like Afterburn and Power Drift literally had to be disassembled and reassembled up there. That has happened so many times with those machines.
And yeah, there's just so many coming, and a lot of them are not built yet. I've just been that busy doing other things like the cabinets for the arcade boards. Yeah, so Sega and Capcom and Irem and yeah, Konami, Data East. So I'm trying to split them all up into sections, and I just didn't realise how many boards I've got. Okay, so this is the console room, or obviously non-arcade room. So I've got all the, I've got TVs on the right, TVs on the left, mainly CRTs and plasmas and LEDs. As I said, I'm not going to show it all yet, but in its entirety, grand finale, I'll be going through the whole house or whole whatever arcades and games and all that. As you can see behind me, I've started putting them all on the shelves, mainly you, Jess.
I do not know who I was kidding with building this part of the room, because there's no way known I'm going to fit all my consoles and computer stuff there. Like, I had that many Commodore 64 games that were still at my uncle's house. I knew I just wasn't going to fit them all in this room. At the time of filming this, I thought, how am I going to fit all this stuff in there?
I've taken some of the sound off it because I've used it from Top Gun. Anyway, that's another story. If I don't do another vlog before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, guys.
And bye for now. Hi everyone, welcome to another vlog. It's just
This was the last vlog I filmed with the current camera. So this camera got me through, I think, vlog 10, right up to this vlog. And I thought, well, now that I've got this new build, it's time I really put more effort into Last Gamer, so I changed the camera.
And it's commercial grade. So let's swap to that now. Okay, so this is the new camera, and as you can see, it has a wider angle lens, and I can do a lot more with it. I'm assuming the colours a lot better and blah, 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 blah. Anyway.
Yeah, this camera, I have to say, was a massive jump. It was 60 frames a second, it was 1080p, and I could tell that this camera was going to last for years. Then I just go around the room explaining what I'm doing. I'm building arcade machines. I've got a few problems with virtual racing, just things like that.
I've got about 20 pinball machines here. Playboy, the X or R-rated version, whatever it is, and just all these ones here that have to be pretty much restored, most of them. Some of them I've already done, like Lord of the Rings and things like that.
So Playboy, Iron Man, Batman, Lord of the Rings, they were all for customers, and Mandy was working on those pinballs, so they would come up and then we'd have to take them down, and that that killed us.
That seems to be all I do is rejig and revamp everything to fit everything in. But yeah, can you believe I'm already out of room? Anyway, this was it, just a quick vlog and just an update of where I'm at the moment. I'll see you hopefully in a couple of weeks, and the room looks different, and I'll start to do reviews again. Thanks. Bye for now.
So where all those pinballs were and arcade machines should have been, I've now got consoles going out into the arcade area, because I'm starting to bring video games that have been in storage for something like 15 years from my uncle's house. Some of them a bit shorter. Some of them been only there for 5 years, but there was a lot coming over, and it was really, really scary. Now the house is finished. It's the final vlog, and vlog number 36 was a house and games room tour.
Obviously a new front door, new house really. Oh, gotta give it a bit of a push. Okay, so this is the entrance to the place. Hallway, obviously upstairs, and that's the main reason for the video. Have a look in here. So this is kind of the lounge room, which originally we're going to have it as a pinball room, but that idea got scrapped. So
yeah, this room here was the last room plastered. I remember Mandy and I were plastering this room at 2 a.m. in the morning. Quick walk through. Bedroom, you know, nothing too special here. Crooked picture up there. Son's room, toilet, just a sitting room. I'll tell you something very interesting at the end of the video about that. Just another spare bedroom. Bathroom, so everything's different. The whole house eventually got rebuilt, and ta-da, the cinema room. So it's an 11-seat. So that cinema room is actually 12 seats. I don't know why I said 11. And that cinema is basically my old cinema, just put in there. And I got those chairs again for free from people I knew in the industry that were basically replacing them in real cinemas. Okay, so this is it. Upstairs, it's basically the full size of the house, but in one massive room. It's had a few changes along the way. Let's quickly walk you through it. So obviously these are the dedicated machines. You know, outruns and all the old, anything from Space Harrier to Power Drift along here, and Monaco Grand Prix over there. Bit of music of outrun there. The pinball machines. So I've got 3 operational, I'm still working on the rest. So when we come in here, it's basically the upright machines. Because I ran out of room there, believe it or not, I've put some dedicated machines in here. So Virtual Fighter, good old Turbo Outrun, House of the Dead, Virtual Racing, etc, etc. So yeah, it's all happening here. Okay, so this is the video game or the console section part. So it's the other side of the room. Arcades, console stuff. So just it's all sprayed along the wall. You know I'm going to say it, I'm out of room as usual. You know, no matter how big things get, I always manage to run out of room. Down here have the Commodore section, so Amiga, Commodore 64, 128, all that kind of thing, and all the CRTs. Just like there's a loose plasma here. When I have friends over, we have the screens connected and we play Halo, Gears, whatever, bit of COD. Yeah, so I've got the CRT for the older consoles, like the Mega Drive and Super Nintendo and etc. And there's a few plasmas here. All those plasmas were from Pioneer. You get 1 year when you've been working there. I was working there for almost 4 years, and I got 3 plasmas given to me. These Sharp TVs were from Sharp. They were also donated to me because they were sponsors of the channel, but they pretty much left not long after this video. As you can see, my garage is full of, well, it's full of rubbish at the moment, pinball machines and still arcade machines that I couldn't fit up there. So what does this mean? Well, it means I'm out of room again. Now, in the short time I've been on YouTube, people heard that multiple times. I'm out of room, and I really had to do something completely different this time. So, unfortunately, the next vlog, I'll see you at the new house. Bye for now. Yes, that's it. I am moving house, and it's not a new house. I shouldn't have actually said new. It's new to us. But I'm going to miss this house because this was my auntie's house, and even though I renovated it and renovated it and renovated it, there's a lot of good memories shared by Mandy and myself, and Luke was born, you know, into this house. And yeah, it was a sad time but a happy time. And then we finally moved home into my uncle's home, where I should have probably moved 10 years before this, even earlier. Yes, this video games room, or should I say video games house, was sure big. It was housing almost all my video games and almost all my arcades, but almost is just not good enough.